Hey friends, welcome back. If you caught last night's video, you know we start at the very beginning of the Travel Smarter method with the important question, why? Why do you want to travel? That's our compass. That's our anchor, our true north, whatever travel verbiage you want to use. But once we found our why, the next question is where do you want to go? Because where matters. Now, this might seem obvious, like picking a spot on the map, but where is so much more than just naming a place. Where you go shapes what you feel. Sorry about that. Notifications going off. So, like a quiet cabin in the woods might offer rest. A lively city might reignite energy. A family-friendly resort might bring you closer to spending time with your kids. A solo retreat might give you space and time to heal. The destination determines the experience. And if you choose without intention, you risk coming back like many of us have before, needing a vacation from your vacation, right? You come back more tired than when you left, and that's not what we need. So that's why part of the Travel Smarter method is about designing trips that match what your soul actually needs and what your family actually needs. So interesting. Did you know that there's a concept in psychology called the restorative environment? Now, researchers have found that certain settings, especially nature, so water or a new surrounding, new environment, but manageable, not overwhelming, can reduce mental fatigue, can reduce stress, and even symptoms of anxiety or depression. So when you choose the right places, it's not just pretty, it's powerful, or it has the impact or the potential to be powerful. Because travel shouldn't be an escape. Travel should be an opportunity to return to yourself. All right. So like Psalm 19:1 says, the heavens declare the glory of the God, and the skies proclaim the work of his hands. So the world was created to reflect his beauty and order. And when I step into it, whether it's the mountains, oceans, small towns, old streets, ancient ruins, we're reminded of that. Sometimes what we need most is just to get out of our routine and into God's creation. Okay, so let's talk about real life application. In the Travel Smarter method, we don't just chase deals or trends, right? We encourage you to choose places that match your current season of life, support your why, bring peace and clarity, joy, or connection, whatever your goals are, and speak to that part of you that's been quiet for way too long. The part of you that you kind of push down, shove in a box for fear of being selfish or not thinking of others. I encourage you to feel what you need. All right. So how do we do that? How do we match our why? Sorry, how do we match our where and our why? Right. So here are a few examples. All right. So if your why is connection, with family or spouse or even yourself, you want to look for maybe an unplugged resort. Sorry, an unplugged resort or an all-inclusive cruise where you don't have to do the planning. You can just go be and enjoy the people you're with. You're not looking at making meals or doing other things. It's all inclusive. You can just be there in your full presence with the people that you love and you want to connect with, right? If your why is rest or healing, choose a lakeside retreat, a beach town in the off season, or even a gentle retreat in nature somewhere else where you can just be surrounded by creation because that's going to bring healing and bring peace to you. All right. If your why is celebration, go big. Choose joy. Maybe it's a bucket list adventure that you've been putting off or surprising your kids with their dream trip to Disney. Yeah. So you want to live it up, right? You want to have fun. If your why is growth, curiosity, or even faith, explore somewhere that challenges you or speaks to your spirit. Historical places, mission trips, meaningful pilgrimages, or simply just somewhere new. Remember, even a destination just an hour from home can be transformative if it's chosen with intention. My husband and I recently did this for our anniversary. We drove a little over an hour to a waterside town, checked into a nice hotel, took a schooner cruise, stood on a bridge to take in the sunset, and just walked around town together. So it doesn't have to be across the globe, but sometimes that's fun too. Okay, so it's your turn. What do you want to feel on your next trip, and what kind of destination could help you feel that? Where have you been before that still lives in your heart, right? What wheres have shaped your story that maybe you want to share with someone? What's one thing or one place that you love to pass on to your kids or your spouse or even a friend? Um, there's what's a place that you've dreamed of going, but always said someday, someday we'll do that, right? What kind of environment restores you? Is it a beach, a forest, a city, silence, something new, something familiar? What kind of settings bring out the best in your family and bring out the best in you? Where might God be nudging you to go? Not just for fun, but for restoration. All right. Don't be afraid to dream a little here, even if it feels far off or unconceivable or selfish or maybe scary. God gave you this life to experience, not just to endure. So your where might be closer than you think. And when you get clear on it, when you know where you want to go, it becomes a goal and you'll find a way to get there. So I'd love to hear in the comments where you want to go next. Where do you feel called to go? All right. And then I will see you guys tomorrow night.